Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fahd Al-Jidan and I will be showcasing in this video how the greatest possible income on the federal income tax bracket. Now for me, I was chosen to be couple 1, which has the two possible incomes through the husband income, which is $215,900, while the wife income was $84,100. Since the federal income tax bracket of USA has 4 types of tax rates, either single filer or head of household and the rest. However, our chosen couple were married, so it can't be the single filer, since the single filer only chooses people who are single, and the head of household cannot also be chosen, since both of the husband and wife has a possible income of their jobs or whatever. So since we can choose between these two incomes of the wife and husband, we must choose the married filing jointly or the married filing separately. Now, to choose the perfect one and the most suitable one, which can pay less tax rate than the other one, we must calculate the married filing jointly separately using the deduction tax rate with the deduction tax rate, and then compare it with the married filing separately after calculating with the deduction rate, and choose the best one. So to start off, we must first calculate the income of both the husband and wife together. So since we're gonna follow the married filing jointly bracket, which is 215,900 plus 84,100, which equals to $300,000. Now we can erase the previous equation. So now after we found the both wife's and husband's income, we can now deduct it through the federal income tax deduction, which is for the married filing jointly is 25,900. Which is $274,100. So we don't need the previous ones. So we can just finally use this equation, which is 200. We can add it here. Erase this one. Okay, now since we found the total of the wife's and husband income, and after the tax deduction, this is the possible amount they can give through the taxes to the federal income tax bracket. So we can now continue on with the married filing jointly brackets. Now to start off, we must calculate the range of the tax bracket. So since the married filing jointly, the range with the tax bracket, which is 20,550, which is here, minus the difference between with 0, which obviously equals to 2,550. Now, after we find the difference, we must multiply it by the tax rate, which is 10%. Which equals to 2,055. Now we can furthermore remove the previous equation, and we can only keep the answer, since we will need it furthermore later on. So for the next tax bracket, it ranges between $20,550 up till to $83,550. So we must add the upper one, which is 83,550 minus 20,550 multiplied by 0.12, which is 12%. So the answer for 83,000 is 83. This equals to 63,000 multiplied by 0.12, which equals to 7,560. So we can also delete this one. And we can continue. So for the third tax bracket, it ranges from 178,150 to 83,000. Now we must reach it up till 274,000. We cannot add more than that. So we have to reach until 24%. So for the third tax bracket, it is 178,000 and 150 minus 83,550, which equals to 94,600. Now 94,600 we must multiply it by the tax rate, which is 22%. So multiplied by 0.22, which gives us 20,812. 212. We can add it here with the rest. 2,812. Then we can furthermore delete the rest of the equation. Okay. Now for the last tax bracket that we could reach, which is 343,100 up to, until $178,150. But however, since the total income of the husband and wife reaches only $274,100 after the deduction rate, we cannot pass it. So we must calculate it by placing this answer here, 274,100 minus the lower amount, which is 178,150. We cannot use the 340,000 because it doesn't apply to the husband and wife total income. So 178,000, the 150 equals to 95,000 and 950 multiplied by 0.24, which gives us 23,000 and 28. Can raise the rest. Okay. So this is the for the all of the possible income of the tax rates. from 10% up till 24%, from 0% up to 24%. Now we add all of the taxes rate incomes, which is plus, we can do like this, plus, which equals to $53,445. Now we must memorize this information, so we can just select this information and copy it here. We can also add the after deduction taxes, the income, which is 234,000. Right above here, 100. And then, so this is the married filing jointly. Now for the married filing separately, which we can add here, we must do the same process we just did for the married filing jointly again, and compare the total tax rate income. So to start off, we calculate the husband income, which is 215,900 minus the married filing separately federal income tax deduction, which is 12,950, which equals to $202,950. This is for the husband income after tax deduction. $202,950. And then we can do, since we're doing it separately, we must do it 2 times for the husband and for the wife. So for the husband, we'll start from the married filing separately, 10,275. 5 minus 0, which is 10,275, multiplied by 0.1, since the tax rate is 10%, which you can give us 10,027.5. So we'll carry on until we reach $202,950. So for the next tax rate, which is the 12% bracket, which is 41,775 minus 10,275, which equals to 31,500. Now, after we multiply it by 0.12, which is the tax percentage, it will give us $3,780. We can raise the rest. For the third bracket, which is $89,075 minus $41,775 equals to 47,300. Now we must multiply it with 22%, which is 0.22, which is gonna give us $10,406. We must now carry on till the fourth bracket, which is $170,000 with $50 minus $89,075, which is $80,975. $80,975 multiplied by 0.24 is gonna give us $19,434. You can add here 134. Okay. Now, since we reach for the 32%, which is the max total income for the husband and the married filing separately. So we do the same we did previously. We don't calculate 215,000 now. We must calculate it by $202,950. This is the most the husband can reach after deduction. So $209,950 minus $170,050. Equals $32,900, which is then gonna be multiplied by 0.32, since the tax rate is 32%. So and just go and then add it, which is 10,528, which we can add it there. Now these are the total. If we calculate it, it will reach the total amount, and then we can compare it. So 10,000 plus, and then we add them all, which will become 45,000 equals to $45,175.5. Now we can just place it with here, the 451 5.5 equals the husband tax. Now for the wife, we will calculate it now. Let's clear it all. Okay. Now the wife income can be stated as $84,100. But we must also deduct it by the federal income tax deduction, which is 12,950. So it's gonna give us $71,150. So we can do the same exact steps we did for the husband, from 10,000 until we reach here, the third bracket, which is the max, which is $89,075. So for the first one, which is $10,275 minus 0, it's gonna give us 10,275 multiplied by 0.1, since the tax rate is 10%, which equals to 10,027.5. Okay, we can add the plus now. And then for the second one, which is $41,775 minus 10,275, which is equal to $31,500 multiplied by the tax rate, which is 0.12, will equal to $3,780. Now for the last tax bracket, which is 89,000, which is $71,150 minus 41,775 will equal to $29,375 multiplied by 0 0.22, which equals to 6,462.5. Now, if we add the total tax rate, the answer will be $10,027.5 plus 3,780 plus 6,462.5. The total answer will become $11,270 for the wife tax. So we can add it within here, so $11,270. If we add both of them, since both of them are gonna pay, and since they were gonna find the suitable one, we'll add both of them, which gonna gives us an answer of 56,445.5. Now to compare the both answers, you can clearly see the marriage finding joint is less than the marrying finding separately. So the marrying finding jointly is more suitable for them since they can pay less tax. So we can depend on the marrying finding jointly for our graphing. So we can erase the rest of the and we can only keep the marrying finding jointly since this is the one we're gonna be presenting. So we can now finally switch to this mode. Now in this mode, we must do the same as we did on the tax brackets and the formula and the equation we did, but now on the graph. So to start off, we must do a function, which is y equal 0.1, which is the tax rate, multiplied by x minus 0, which is x, so we can just add the x. And then we can do a bracket, and then 0, since the range of the tax bracket was within 0 for the married filing jointly first tax bracket until 20,550. So if we can go back, and then x will range between 0 to 20,500. Zero, and we'll close the brackets. We can see now a straight line for our first tax bracket, but now we have to add the second tax bracket until we reach to the final tax bracket. Then we must add our number we found, so we can prove if our calculations in the previous equation was correct or incorrect. So for the second tax bracket, the function was y equals 0.12, which is 12%, now multiplied by, then we can do a bracket x minus 20,550 . We can close the bracket now, and then we have to add the tax, which is the one we wrote here. This the tax bracket for the first the total tax of the first tax bracket was 2,055. And then we can do the same as we did. We can do bracket, and then we can do the range, which was the range between 20,550 up till $83,550. So we'll add it here. 20,550 range x ranges between 20,000 until 83 and 550. And we can close it. Okay. Now we can add our third bracket. We can see there's since we can add color for it. If we zoom out, okay, we can see now the two brackets connected with each other, means we did a great point, and which means we're on the right path. Now for the third bracket, it was 22%. So the function is y equals 0.22 multiplied by x minus $83,550, which is here. Now $83,550. We close the bracket. We add the answer we found, which is 7,560. Which is 7,560. But now we can't only do the 7,560. We must also add the previous tax bracket, the tax income, which was also 2,055. So we also add 2,055 to the function, and now we can also do the range, which now it ranges between 83,000 and $550. X up till $178,150. And $150. And we can see that it's most likely a constant rate of the line that it provided us. So we can see that our tax equations are correctly inputted. So we can also continue now for the fourth function, which was 24%. 24 multiplied by x minus 83,000 minus $178,150. $150 with the added 2, which is 2055 plus 7,560 plus the tax rate, which is 20,000 to 812. Now we can place it within the range of 178,150, and then X. You must do this in X with $340,100. And $100, and this is, so we can also continue now to fill out the whole tax bracket. We finally finished the tax brackets, and we filled it all in the graph. Now this is the married filing point, the married filing jointly together on one graph. Now if we can go to the back of the graph, and we can see this color array of colors that represent the married filing jointly, which we can add now the answer and the total income after deduction on this graph. Now after we add it, which is gonna be X, the total number of the husband income and the wife income together after the total after deduction will give us $274,100. Now this answer, if we can plug it on the graph, which is $274,100, we can see this line that intersects the graph, which showcases our previous answer. Now since we can replace the 274,100 in the x-axis, we can see that in the little number, the 53,455 is the y-axis, and this is how much they're gonna spend on taxes to the federal income, which is the federal government. And since this $53,455 is equal and similar to our previous calculation, which means that our calculations are correct, and the graph is also correct. Thus, thank you. We have finally finished and reached the end of the video. We calculated the graph and the table, and we found each answer, and we proven that it is correctly, and we proven how the marriage filing point is the best option for couple 1 and the client list. This is Fadil Jindan, and thank you for listening.